Hey, did you know Long's Products is a family-owned janitorial supply with mops, brooms, trash bags, and they even have food service disposables, carry-out plates, and to-goes? Check us out.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jack, and welcome to another impactful edition of the UrbanCast Let's Talk Show. Tonight, we're focusing on solutions, community action, and the people doing the work on the ground. We are honored to be joined by the leaders of FAVE, Fight Against Violence Everywhere. Their mission centers on empowering our youth, breaking cycles of violence, and building a stronger Alexandria for generations to come. Before we get started, tonight's conversation, I want to take the moment to talk about something that's important, the difference between political engagement and civic engagement. Political engagement is about elections, candidates, campaigns, choosing who represent us. That has its place. But that's not what this platform and our news organization is about. It's about civic engagement, which is different. Civic engagement is about the community. It's about conversations. It's about awareness, safety, youth program, education, housing, jobs, the issues that affect the people's daily lives. Civic engagement is neighbors talking to neighbors. It's giving organizations a voice. It's helping people to understand what's happening right outside our doors. Here on UrbanCast, our focus is civic engagement. We bring information directly to the community so people can make informed decisions, protect their families, and build a better Alexandria. When we talk to leaders, candidates, organizations, or everyday residents, it's not about politics, it's community. It's making sure people are heard and making sure people have the information they need. That's the heart of UrbanCast. That's the heart of tonight's conversation. And that's what's and with that, let's begin. We have with us tonight Monica Williams, Director, Williams Goines, the President, John Perry, Vice President, Kendall Daniels, a motivational speaker, and the Treasurer, LaQuisha Glover, who's a mentor and the Secretary. I want to definitely thank all of you guys for joining us here and being with us tonight.
Thank you for having us.
I apologize for having to go and rant and rave a little bit, but I had to do what I had to do. Before we get into the mission, and the programs, I'd like each of you to briefly introduce yourselves and share why you personally connected with this work.
Okay, my name is Monica Williams, the director of FAVE, and the reason why I got into this type of work is because I was a troubled teen, and once I got older, I realized, that was the wrong way to go.
Mhm.
So I kind of want to mentor young ladies and men that was something like me. So that's what made me get off into this type of work to
Mhm.
try to get them on the right path.
All right. Mr. President?
William Goines, president of FAVE. I started my journey in Lafayette, Louisiana. Back in, I want to say like 2009, I started doing community activism and giving back to my local community. So when I came back to Alexandria, I linked up with Miss Monica Williams, and she was on me about joining the team and joining the mission. So that's the way I wound up with FAVE through Monica. As far as my purpose, I'm all about the kids. I'm all about the youth, bringing change to the community getting out there in the community and engaging, interacting with the youth. There's a lot of troubled teens, a lot of youth in the area, not just in Alexandria, but all throughout the central Louisiana area. Gang activity, drugs, guns, a lot of the kids, a lot of the teens are misled and they really don't know a way. And I've actually wrapped my arms around some of these guys on the streets while they were carrying guns on them. One of the kids was carrying an assault rifle, and we in the street, and I asked both of these guys if I could give them a hug. And that came off kind of strange to them, but they both gave me a hug and they asked me why would I asked them to give me a hug. And, they said they wasn't used to that. They wasn't accustomed to people showing them that type of love. They wasn't accustomed to nobody caring enough to ask them why are they out there in the street with guns. And that's what I wanted to ask them. But I didn't greet them with yelling at them, trying to fuss at them. I greeted them with love and understanding. So me asking them, okay, so why are you out here with guns? The answer that I received was because we are afraid. These kids, a lot of them are scared. And so a lot of them are doing things and they're following crowds because they don't see another way and they're afraid and they're coming up in this environment where they feel like if they want to walk to and from school, they have to carry guns on them just to walk to and from school and to and from the store.
All right. Mr. Perry?
I joined with FAVE because some troubled teen things like incest, child molestation, domestic violence. Then I got on drugs for about 15 years. I was on drugs and then I started to getting in recovery, and my wife got murdered and life started showing up with a lot of feelings, and I stuck and stayed until I met Monica coming over to the building, and then some kind of way she asked me to be a part of FAVE, and I said like we the ultimate team. We get hit it from different angles,
Right.
And I just look at it. I need to get with Ken and them and learn how to be entrepreneurs and work on some stuff. So they still can learn me some stuff that I need to learn right now.
Yeah, I hear you.
I feel like we're the ultimate team with the things that's going on, especially with the death of the violence and the things with the kids on drug prevention, grief, dealing with all these other issues that's going on with the families right now. Even after the shootings and all this, we done got all of the fights, so we have got with some of the families and made sure and talked to them. And sometimes the family have to have somebody to vent to, and sometimes just a listening ear, and sometimes coming out the pocket to help those families. It has been a rewarding thing for me because we say we can pray for them, but we need prayer, but we need some people that's willing to do it beyond just pray. And I teamed up with Monica and them, and I feel like that we sit down, we talk, and we move forward on trying to help the community.
Mm-hmm.
Do a lot of things with I have to take it from the drug perspective, because I was on drugs for quite a while, and I started getting clean. I'm going on 25 years clean. And I know a lot of things about the area. I know a lot of things about PI. I know going into the treatment centers. I know about a whole lot of Zoom meetings for the family members, and also for the family members and friends, and also for teens if they want to get involved with it. So that's how I joined FAVE, and I think we're an awesome team, and I think we're gonna move it. We're gonna do some things in Alexandria that we're gonna do some things in Alexandria. I just see it's coming.
I hear
Thanks
you.
for letting me say.
All right. Hey, Kendall.
How you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing fine, man.
What's going on, my brother?
I hear you, nothing.
So, some of you might know me as Kendall Daniels. Some might know me from Unlimited Texas, Money Train. Some people might know me from various places. Well, what made me join FAVE and the reason why I fight so hard for so many is because you get a phone call one day when your kid's in trouble and your mental state, you don't know what to do. You don't really have outlets for things. Yeah, you start curving your life a little bit more than usual. Things become a little more serious. You start really protecting your children more. You really get involved in your community where it matters. So FAVE to me is dear and whole. We the FAVE fam, and one of our primary objectives is to curb Alexandria. Alexandria have extreme violence. It's getting off the charts. So I'm asking from everyone, if you interested in your community, you really love the people, follow the movement, like get involved, because now the children need us. They really do need us. They need us bad.
Right.
Miss Q?
Okay. I joined FAVE last year. The main reason I became a part of this organization is because of where I come from. I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. Growing up around so much violence showed me early what it can do to families, to children, and to the whole communities. I made a choice instead of letting what I've been through make me cold. I wanted to give my purpose. FAVE gave me a place to turn my pain into power. We stand with families, we speak up for voiceless, and we push for change in places where violence has been ignored for too long.
Too long. I cannot agree with you more on that statement where violence has been tolerated for far too long. Oh, I tell you, Miss Monica, if you could tell us how this thing called FAVE got started.
Okay, what actually made me start Fave is because I was kind of a wild card. Me
Uh-oh.
and my cousin, and she got murdered in 14,
Mm-hmm.
and I couldn't go forward with it. But then her baby daddy turned around and got murdered in 16.
Mm-hmm.
Then her brother got murdered in 17, and I was like, that's enough. You know what I'm saying? It was like we were losing too many people. And
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to show people that, it's more to things than just, shooting and killing and all that type of stuff. So I didn't want my cousin's son to go out there and crashing out behind what happened to both of his parents. And plus his uncle, he was real close to him. So I started Fave to show him that, we still got your back. It's more positive things out here to do besides go out there and try to retaliate or be angry all your life, which I can't say how he feel because I have never been in that predicament. But that's what kind of made me start fighting with my family, which is still supporting me, pushing me. Anything I wanted to do, they was right there. DJ Bub, every time I had something going on, he was there to DJ the music and walk the walk. We stood out on corners with signs for money to have these kids events. Not only that, to clean, he invited us, Sonia Perry. So it was like things I always wanted to do because I kind of messed up in my life, so I seen other things in other people's lives, and I wanted to change that. So that's what I did. That's how Fave got started.
All right. For the viewers hearing about FAVE for the very first time, how would you and any one of you guys can describe it? How would you describe what fighting against violence everywhere stand for at its core?
I'll say
Um,
I'll say family, family that care. You got leaders, that care, community activists that care. Um, People that are entrepreneurs. We actually care about our communities. We come from these communities. So if I'm ever gonna give back, I'm gonna give back to a community in which I come from.
all right.
So that is a pride and joy. I'm gonna continue doing this. And I know the troubles. I've been there. If I'm able to come through that and walk that walk, I'm sure someone else can too.
Y'all's mission talks about building a future where every young every young person thrives free from violence. What motivated the creation of this organization? And I know you kind of gave it a little bit, Ms. Monica, a few minutes ago, but
Hmm.
what motivated the creation of the organization? What need did you guys see in Alexandria that led to FAVE?
We were losing too many of our children, and it was like it was kind of like nothing was really being done at some point. So it was like maybe if we can do more events because it looked like it's nothing here for them really to do. If so, it's always conflict. So I felt like if they had a listening ear or give them something to do, maybe the violence would kind of bait down. But the thing is we didn't have the support. Everybody that's up here, when we do things, we come out of pocket for everything. It's not like we have somebody supporting us or giving us donations. We actually just do an event, which we have some people that reached out, and I'm thankful for that. We just hadn't got in with the right people. That's why I think Mr. Rick and Zendra for trying to get us on the right track at that point. But we still at a slow pace right now. But I know, we'll get with the right folks as well. And with them still behind us, they're a big help, and that's what we pretty much need
So you're talking
for
about
support
Rick
out here.
Harden with the Mid Louisiana Regional Chamber of Commerce.
Yes,
Oh,
yes. Not
oh,
only him, but it's other people as
yeah,
well that help. But it's just
right,
we still learning process, but we
right,
getting on
right.
the right track.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah,
But that's a good thing though, because it shows organizations within our community helping organizations within our community
right,
and to move us forward. I get it. I get it, and that's a good sign to say we're working together. You know what I mean?
right, right.
FAVE aims to establish a transformative youth development center. What will this center look like, and what impact do you guys expect to have um, in a, to have on our youth?
I, um, I know as far as one of our main objectives is the violence, coming up with resources and opportunities to allow for the youth and others to come up with ways to resolve their conflicts without resorting to violence, gunplay. Um, Implementing certain programs into the communities that will be effective, not only on a level with just the youth, but also something that the parents can take advantage of as well, because the kids that I talk to, I can talk to your kid all day about uh, putting down the guns and ways to resolve his issues. But if you know that your child is walking around with these guns on them and you know that your child is involved in gang activity, I can talk to them all day. You know, parenting resources, mental health resources, drug rehabilitation resources, conflict resolution resources, extracurricular activities outside of the public school system, activities throughout. There's multiple youth complexes that we can access if we were given the green light by the city. We've been working on that for a while, and I'm gonna speak on it. I have to speak on it. There are certain people in the way. There's certain people that has to approve for us to use certain complexes. The youth center out in the Cause Park area, I have talked with them people multiple times, tried to set up meetings with them. I even walked in on one of the meetings. I can be a little controversial at times because I get kind of aggravated on the sluggish movement by city officials and by the people with the key, the people with the power to turn the key to these facilities and allow us to utilize these facilities. So the kids, the youth in those same communities can access those communities and those resources. But last time I talked to somebody that ran that facility, I believe it's ran by the housing authority or whatever. Mm-hmm. They said we would have to pay to hold a community event, a function, anything. We'd have to pay. It would be certain fees, and we'd have to do like an application or whatever. It's too much, and the kids are steady dying. Kids are steady getting shot, and it's like nobody really cares. And I'm sorry, but I have to keep it honest. There's a certain demographic of children, a certain type of children that are being gunned down. Nothing's really being done about it. When it crosses over, when the gunfire starts to hit other kids, then you're gonna see some movement. And it's sad that it has to be like that, but I've been saying it. And we're tired.
So in essence, are you sounding like you're getting frustrated with the gatekeepers?
Man.
Did I hit a nerve?
Yeah.
I've been kicked out of some churches. Literally. I've been ran up out of some churches, man. And listen, it's not all of them. It's not all of the churches. You have some wonderful clergy. You have some wonderful church leaders. Pastor Jackson with Richard Horton. You have some really good pastors, church leaders that are making sure that whatever resources they can provide, they're in the community with those resources. So I'm not coming down on all the churches, but y'all got to do better. I'm sorry, you got to do better, because you talk about Jesus, but you're not walking like Jesus. So I'm just saying, it is what it is. William Goines is saying this, not FAVE. So if somebody feels some type of way, then you can talk to me.
Well, I'm gonna go off on a tangent right here. One of the things that we have a problem with in our community is being able to communicate with each other. And obviously you are saying something right now, Brother Goines, that you are seeing it as an obstacle, and you're only saying, hey, this is an obstacle that I'm experiencing and I would like not to experience it. So what can we do to not have to experience these obstacles so we can move our community on forward? I get it. I think, the good leader out there, they're going to hear that and they're going to do something about it, how I can make it. The bad leader out there, the narcissist type of leader that we're going to have, they're going to try to even make it harder for you, brother. But you know what?
Right.
But the thing about it is you just got to keep on pushing. That's it. One of y'all's core pillars is leadership and entrepreneurship. How do y'all plan to teach financial literacy, innovation, economic independence to young people in a way that truly sticks? Because that seems to be a big problem within our communities, especially when it comes to managing what we have and things of that nature. Because a lot of times we've never had anything, and so we're trying to make a big leap, here. So how do y'all plan on doing that with FAVE?
We'll let Kendall take that one.
So
Yeah.
that is something where I'm gonna take joy in, because I feel like I could take what a child already knows, a kid, and what I want to do, I want to curve their thinking into young adults. I think young adults make better decisions, they make better choices, they learn how to use resources a lot earlier. So you make them a better citizen entirely. So one of the core things that I'm gonna do is, if you have a talent or a skill, I could teach you how to monetize it. If you like computers, whatever you might be into, I'm gonna help you how to tap into your source. You're gonna be hands-on with me.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel if you actually work with them, you have to sit with a body of people to actually learn them first.
Mm-hmm.
Once you will start understanding the type of person you're dealing with, you could motivate them to do some other things. And you can't be afraid. A lot of times our troubled people, they don't get the love they deserve. People want to push them off or ridicule them, tear them down, beat them up. They've been beat up enough. So it's not a lot of love in our communities anymore. Everybody, that crab in the bucket syndrome. So we gonna push that mountain out the way, because that's a choice. You make a conscious choice to be like that. You don't have to be like that. When you start looking past your ways and let your ego go, you could do a lot more in life. And a part of it, I tell some people with me all the time, if I have to drag you with me, I will. I'm very stern in this. I believe in my people, and I believe in the people. I mean, if we actually working together, we could get this thing done. It's only complicated because we're making it complicated.
Right. Kendall, many youth face barriers even before they can even think about entrepreneurship. How will FAVE plan to address those barriers and make these programs accessible to all young people in our communities, from the north side to southeast Alexandria?
So a part of the plan, we pulling our sides together. We bringing programs into the system where they could get counseling. We have mentorship programs. We have things they can access, and some of this stuff is free to cost. Some might have a low cost barrier, but it's still something where if we have it at our disposal, you have it too. So we do community things. So I want to welcome people, So we're gonna make it real interesting for you. We're gonna make sure that we can get things done. We're gonna sit down with you and talk to you and understand who you are as a person. It's the best way to help a person is to get their mental straight.
Mm-hmm.
So education is a huge thing.
Here's a guy, Michael Ziegler. He says I've been offering free financial seminars for years. Look, we just need to tie y'all together. What you say about that, Ken?
Yeah. Yeah, you need to come on. Hey, I did a post, I did a crime video one time, hundreds, thousands of views, and I did a financial education video. Nothing. But it's time to show. I think our people have been pulled one of them wolves over our eyes, where what it is really not. What you might see is not what it really is. Sometimes you gotta tap into your roots and understand what's going on with you. Mm-hmm. if we live in an environment where our kids no longer safe anymore, it should be ringing an alarm in everybody's head right now.
Right.
So I'm
Exactly.
encouraging people to, reach out to FAVE. If you was a person that's willing to change, as long as you walking in the right direction, I will walk with you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
I will walk with you.
Right by your side.
We
You
all will.
Yeah. You
Mhm.
turn left. Don't do that. As long as you're going in the right direction, I'm right here.
Right, right. Well, let's see here. So creative outlets, like y'all's pillar number 2 is about creative expression and talent development. And a lot of stuff say that's the arts, music and all that kind of good
Right.
stuff.
Yeah.
But creative outlets like dance, music, poetry, fashion can be
Right.
life-changing for you. And why was creative expression chosen as a core pillar? And what types of programs are y'all looking to launch first within that space?
Well, when I first started out with my family and everybody, we would do little things for the girls like fix my crown. And that was to make them feel good about themselves, let them see that they were worthy of being loved and everything else. Like you see domestic abuse starting earlier now than it was when I was younger. The kids feel like a man hitting them at 12, 13 is acceptable. So we pretty much would do events for the girl, not only for the girls but the boys too. We would do a fashion show, and then I also used to go to like different places and look for talent. And when I first had my first event, we did a big talent show, not just of rap. We did praise dancing, poetry, and anything that you had a talent of, that's what we did. And we actually, like I say, we went out and raised money for to do it. And I feel like the people that we had rapping back then, I can't remember the name of that group. I remember Daylight and Memory. They would rap they pain into music, and
Mhm.
DJ Bub and Too Clean. They all was there at the event. So we was trying to bring back then. We were trying to bring all the talent from trying to get children from here and let them see that you don't have to just stop here. Your talent is worth taking it somewhere else, but do it in a positive way. So that's where the creative thing came in from. Just trying to let them see what they worth instead of just seeing that it's just a dead end.
Right. Well, the thing I see about the arts, I think I come from the science arena, and and the one thing I think is that the arts are one of the most powerful tools that we have at our
Right.
disposal. Just look at what we did. Uh, Look at where the rap industry went and how it just grew extremely fast. That's because it was a part of the arts. And and sometimes it's going to be, it probably would behoove us to understand that it's the arts that we could use to bridge back a lot of things that we have lost, because it's just something natural that we can do. And I've just seen some kids you take them to a studio for the very first time, and they'll sit in a studio all day long until they get something down pat. And it's the same thing with graphics on the computer. No matter what it is, they'll just express themselves. It's kind of like they can just emboss themselves into it. So I feel real good that y'all are respecting the arts, and we're not leaving it out, because I think it's a
Right.
very very important thing.
Art
Um,
is
I'm sorry.
art is healing.
It is
Right.
healing.
It is.
And do we need some healing about right now? Yeah. Mentorship is often the key to helping youth build resilience and life skills. What qualities are y'all looking for in mentors, and how can the community get involved? Teachers, the church, anybody who want to just come in and mentor a kid. How does that, how will that work?
Well, it definitely will work. We all are mentors. It's just in our nature, most of us. And hold on, my earbuds gonna go out. Like I say, William and Kendall and Mr. John, they pretty much and my son as well that's not here, he's at work right now. They mostly mentor the young guys, play basketball with them and everything, and just sit and talk to them. Most of them here are missing a father figure. So that's where the mentorship come in at. And we're looking for, like I said, we're looking for volunteers for that as well, because the more kids we get, the more help we're gonna need.
Hmm. Okay. FAVE is emphasizing civic responsibility and leadership. How do you guys plan on helping young people see themselves not just as participants, but as future role models and change agents in Alexandria? You know, this thing called this, you know, civic responsibility, civic engagement. Young people are the largest voting bloc in the country. And a lot of times we do not realize that the millennials got it on their own if we just get them engaged.
Right.
So how do you guys plan to, in this upcoming 2026 election cycle, getting them civically engaged, not only, you know, maybe register to vote, but actually making sure that they get out there and go vote, because, you know, they get to the polls with the idea that they know what they're going to pull a level for. What's the goals there?
Will, you want
Just
to take that?
just basically interacting and engaging with them and getting them involved. We have to be able to access them so the parents with the troubled teens, the parents with teens that may not be causing them trouble, but may want to get into different activities to get out of the house and not want to be running around in the streets. So these parents are going to have to reach out and let us know. Like, I get calls during the middle of the night sometimes from mothers panicking because their kid is missing, or their kid is in the house with a gun or whatever. And I'll go and meet with these parents at whatever time of the morning. You know, if it involves a child, if it involves a kid, you know, I'll get out of my house and do what I have to do, go where I have to go to try to engage. But the parents have to reach out, you know, and because the kids, a lot of them are not going to just come to us. And we were going into schools talking with the kids, but we've been running into a couple obstacles lately with that as well. Politics. But the more youth we're able to access, we can access their mental, access their mind, and try to change their mental environment. But if we can't access these kids, then they're going to be left basically for the police to deal with them or the coroner. So it's challenging. You know, it's challenging because we have amazing ideas. We have people that is willing to help us to bring these resources for to the young adults and the youth in the community, but there are some obstacles, you know.
Let's say we have these registration forms. We have like 200 or 300 of them, or we have voter registration forms. You know, the first thing I hear about, in order to be a better to deal with the kids, most time when you carry your kids for counseling, they gonna reevaluate the family on what environment they come out of and the family. So in order to have a better generation of youth, we have to have some better parents, or we have to have some parents that put their foot down to the ground now. And even if they messed up, to rehabilitate themselves and to start, because we can't blame the police and the pastors and all these, because it got to start at home. And when the parents reach out, because I'm saying this because after I got clean, I had to reach out to some people. I had to learn what counsel. I had to get my ego, my pride out the way, because I tell you, I was beat down that I had to reach out then. Otherwise, now I said I'm not doing no counseling. But when it got down to after the wife got murdered, when it got down to my brother dying, and when it got down, I almost lost my arm. I was to the point that I said, Lord, I need some help. And I'm gonna tell you that it done provided me some help from coming out of prison. They have programs for people that come out of prison, get their apartment. I forgot what the name of it is, but it was at the VOA when I got out there. The probation parole help you with bicycles, all kinds of stuff. I was on work release, and I had my apartment before I got out. So I'm saying all that to say this here, we have to, when we dealing with recovery, mental health, domestic violence, all those things almost like tie in, and they got a lot of resources, but we need to collaborate and work together. That's what I'm trying to do. Like you just heard, you got somebody talking about entrepreneur. You got somebody talking about see, I don't know nothing about no arts and stuff. See, I worked up that a man went to work. I don't know how to color no color book. See, that ain't what I do. I might want to try it one time. You know, I said I might have to become a kid again in this program, you know, and stuff, and learn some things from others. Because I'm straight making. If any one of these three people could tell you, anybody that know me, I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna go cut some grass. I'm gonna do this, anything to pay the bill.
Yes, he is.
You know, right. So I look at me and how I came up, and I told you I come out of domestic violence, incest, child molestation, drugs. You know, everything that was wrong. I feel like God has shaped and formed me and brought me out of that, so I could be able to be there for another suffering kid. When you've been through it, you can have empathy, and you can see the pain on somebody, or you can see them going through, and God will give you an answer to how you can approach them. So sometimes we like watchtowers, and we see, and we have empathy, and we feel, and we move towards that way, and we get the right resources. And I'm gonna tell you like this here. This just me talking, like William would say, just me. I thank God for my pastor Lott. I thank God for Pastor Person. These people have stuck with me since I've been out of prison. That's why I got to be, I guess, CEO at Safe Haven. And I thank God that when we were always looking for a building or somewhere, all I see is the farming. And like I said, it's a major move that's going on, because I believe like we're a coalition right now. We finna move in strengths and numbers. It's coming. So that's how I see. And thank for FAVE. I thank Monica, thank William, thank I don't even know. I thank Q and Kendall. When we was going into the schools, I would sit back listening to how we can form this thing. And it's forming, to me, it's really, really forming right now as we speak. Some things have happened over the last months, and we've seen how it is, and I feel like it's gonna be okay. But we do have a lot of resources here, a lot of resources for the family. A lot of them don't talk about it here. If you want to be in recovery and you're a couple, they have a Recovering Couples Anonymous. They have things for the families and friends. They have things, a whole lot of stuff. If they come by, I got a whole resource table over here at the building. They got a lot of stuff, and if not, I got some in my office or in my head where we can pull some resources to help family members and the youth.
Right.
Thanks for letting me share.
You know, Mr. Perry, the one thing that an observation that I have seen is that we do have a lot of resources here in our community. One of the things is accessing those resources, knowing that those resources are actually out there, and it take that go-getter kind of person to go out there and go look for them. And the average person, really, sometimes they're not going, and so they kind of like need to stumble across it. And I think sometimes the organizations that's responsible for those resources could always be an improvement in the way in which we communicate and get the word out about those resources, because we do have them, but it's a hell of a lot of people that don't even know that they're there. Violence in the community is just off the chain. Just this week alone, starting on Saturday, there was a lady going to her vehicle at the Dollar General store over on Willow Glen on Sunday, there was a 3 people who were injured right here on Mason Street. Just a couple of days ago, there was an incident on Long Pine where um, gunfire erupted. And just this morning, blocks away from the Bolton Academy, was gunfire in at the intersection of Beach and I think Vance. It was casings all over the ground. And that's not in the span of the year. That's in the span of less than 5 days.
Right.
Um, uh, Violence in our community is often discussed in terms of symptoms, not the root causes. How does FAVE target? What's going to be that plan within FAVE to target the deep issues that lead to the cycles of violence?
I think each and every one of us kind of overcame a lot. So we're infiltrating in the family life with love and resources, giving them actual tools they can use to have a good life, and being by their side, not leaving their side in this. A lot of times people just, they handle you in a type of way and forget that you're human. If you're a leader, your job is to lead. So I think we being able to, because I sit with a lot of these parents and they looking for resources as well. They know they have issues with their children and they want the help. Sometimes they don't get exposed to it. So one of the jobs that I feel like we have is exposing them to all these resources, helping them, teaching them new things, educating them. I think educating the parent and the child both is serve the community some justice.
Kendall, one of the things that that I, you know, have been exposed to is that idea that trying to drive down to that root cause of what's causing what's going on. And I know we've done some studies here at UrbanCast just to see what are the top issues that are plaguing folk right here in the city of Alexandria. And and the 2 top issues that as we were talking to the public was pocketbook issues, and that's the money issue, and then this public safety issue. And so now public safety, it manifests itself in everything in that spectrum. And the same thing with pocketbook, everything from utilities to money to take care of family and to do all of those kind of things. Your mission talks about transforming Alexandria into a model city. What partnerships or collaborations are going to be essential to making that vision a reality as you guys move forward?
We have to get the city behind us as far as opening the doors so we can obtain these facilities within these troubled communities, and so that we can be able to reach these kids while they're young. The youngest kid that I've recently taken under my wing is 9 years old. Well, no, he's 8. He's 8 years old. And I met him walking the street, 8-year-old kid walking the street. We're going to have to be able to access the resources that we don't have currently, like these youth facilities. The city's going to have to get behind us, and the parents also are going to have to participate as well, because like I said earlier, we can talk to kids all day, but if their environment is domestic violence and just being exposed to drugs and guns in their own home when they come out into the streets, that's what they're going to replicate.
You know, did somebody else have a comment there?
Yeah, I want to say, and sometimes, those difficult conversations, it's good to feed the community and good to give them clothes. But what I've been looking into lately is like a neighborhood association for the Sonia quarters. I heard that they haven't had a neighborhood association since the COVID. They have it in other places. I went and visit. They have Safe Alexandria involved, Crime Stoppers. And that don't make us no snitches because we want a better neighborhood and we want better things for our kids. And we got to get some block leaders and also homeowners to come out to a meeting and start putting down what we need to do and put a plan into action. Sometimes we like I heard other people. Sometimes you got to make that call. Sometimes it's good to call somebody else, but sometimes we got to get these other people involved so that all this killing will stop. We still looking. I went up there this morning to the police station. We still looking for justice for my brother-in-law Manuel Rue and Tony Lynn Perry. Both of these cases of over 20 years, but it didn't turn me bitter. I don't feel like I'm bitter because I'm trying to be out here for the Baker community. I'm not selling drugs. Back in the day, that what it was all about, And we got to teach our children that just the drug life look good, but at the end, it's jails, institutions, and death. If fast money gets you some fast places, and when you get to that fast place, you got to spend a lot of time. If you make it to jail, because with a lot of people getting killed. But that's what I'm looking into right now. It's the neighborhood association, Alexandria City, Safe Alexandria. Now these resources, when we go, we have to go there and we have to let them know we know that it exists and tell them we ready and willing to do to stand in those grounds and take those positions to make things happen, not just talk about it. I always tell people, let your feet match up with your speech. Let's go, let's do it.
Yeah. I hear you. How do you guys, when you guys start working with a child and as you progress with the young person, how are y'all going to determine this intervention of what we've done with RAVE is at a successful stage? How are y'all going to try to, or how will y'all measure that?
I'll say just monitor, making sure that the program that we set in place before them actually working for them. We don't want to give you something that's not working.
Right.
If we find counseling for you and the counseling not working for you, we don't go to other measurements. If you took into crafting, could be you into one of the dance programs or whatever the case. If you still having issues where you still feel inadequate, whatever the case may be with you, we're gonna see about you. We right here with you. So this is gonna be a process of trial and error, but I think it's the best thing that we can do as a community, start bridging everybody together to have these talks and this conversation need to be had. There are things we could do to help now. So exposing the people to what's available for them. I think that's one of the greatest things that we can do and we gonna do. And once you actually in FAVE, we can make sure we protect you in other ways as well. I feel like I'd be doing a disservice to the community if I don't teach you some stuff. Don't show you the way. It's not as complicated as people make it seem. I feel is people not being motivated in the right ways no more. With the influence and things that's going on in the world, you could get easily sidetracked. So it just getting people back on track, putting that battery back in their back to let them know there's life in there. You don't have to veer off and go these different ways. There's other avenues that you could take to generate some type of wealth. Or even if you're just trying to maintain your environment, It's like some things that you could do to take care of that you don't have to risk your life anymore. So it's just giving people different outlets and resources.
You know, Kendall, that sounds just like is more or less a holistic approach to everything. And once somebody come in, it's not like that they come in to do A, B, C, or A, they may end up doing B, you know, because we're looking at them from a holistic standpoint and what's more important right now and different things of that nature. And then I heard you say we're going to be a trial and error. But you know, hey, that's good too. You know that there's a problem, but you're trying to define your solution to the problem where it'll be real flexible. You know, it's just not gonna be this way or the highway. It's something we're gonna really try to look at that person and see where they at and work with them.
Yeah, because
I also
everything
want to.
about it.
And sometimes a phone call. Sometimes do you need anything? You know, to the parent. And I have found out in the last couple of weeks. I don't want to call no names, but two of them had the same name, so I kept on getting them confused. But when it came down to it, you know, we had an incident. Young lady had fell out, and I got her to the building and called Monica, called William, and then, you know, we finna call 911, but she said she was hungry. I thought maybe then we find out who she was. I called my pastor, and I think that incident turned out real good, because I see her posting on Facebook, and I see her back with her mother, because at first she did not want to go back to her mother.
Mm-hmm.
But after they came and they sit down and we all talked, that it was Sunday morning before I went to church. And I just thank God that we was able to be a part of that healing situation. And when I found out, I think that one turned out good. And actually, the one with the 14-year-old that got an ash, we've been staying in contact with her. We're making calls, checking on her. I found out she had got out the hospital, and she want to come back. She want to be a part of FAVE. She want to come over here and help with the grief share group, because she want to do a lot of things, you know. Then that's how we connect with the parent. We connect with the kids, and then we bind up, and we all find some kind of way that we could collaborate together and work together and make this thing happen. Right. That's what I'm seeing with FAVE. That's what I'm seeing, some powerful things. I'm talking about some healing. I'm talking about wherever we meet them at, and whatever they choose to do, we know it's on them. But if they still keep on and they keep on moving forward, that's just gonna make us bigger and better.
That's right.
So that's what I'm seeing.
Right.
Right.
Monica, you had something?
Yeah, I just want to say that the parents and the children need to communicate more, because I'm seeing, well, now the parents are giving the kids the tablets and they watch TV. You never know what they're watching. It's never to sit down and have a family meal no more. I don't never hear nobody say, well, we done did this and XYZ with the children. So that's what a lot of kids' issues are that I hear when they talk to me, is that they want that attention that they don't get at home. So when you show them that, it's not just the kids need to make the effort, it's the parents need to make the effort too. So that's what I'm getting out of it, is they need to learn how to put that family time back, like take that time out, even if it's 1 or 2 times a week. Cut that TV off, take them phones, and just learn each other all over again. You know, that's where I feel like the issue is. You're not learning your children, the children not learning the parents. And that's where the mix up is coming in. They just letting them pretty much do what they want to do to get them out the face. I mean, and you know, being a single mom, I raised my kids by myself with the help of my family. And you know, it gets tiresome, but at the same time, I made time to do family night, not just with my kids, but they company that came over. We watched movies, we did it all. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I think we need to bring back that family bond.
Okay. You know, before we get ready to get out of here, I know, are there any things that FAVE need right now? That if somebody was
Support.
listening, if somebody was listening, is there something that you guys would need right now?
Support. Like
Really
Monica said,
from the
support.
community.
Support.
Yeah, I really, the community to get involved. You know, we could partner on a lot of things, but the community really need to get involved.
Yeah.
If the community get involved, a lot of this stuff will stop. It'll just stop. When your kid know that you out there in the streets and you going against them and you no longer tolerating what they have going on, you're not hearing the nonsense no more. You're not agreeing with the BS no more. But you first gotta look internal. You gotta make sure that you straighten yourself out, but you can have the correct vision for your child. So it's a double-edged sword. So it's a lot of fronts we're gonna be operating and working on. So this gonna have to take. It's gonna take the community to do it, but I think we got enough people out of the community to get it done. So we just gotta push the movement forward.
All right.
Yeah, y'all have.
We're not.
Go ahead.
We're not speaking on the ones that have reached out, like Mr. Rick and Zendra and some of the ones like from the school boards and things like that, Rayburn and all them. We're not speaking on that. And what's his name, Jarvis and Dominique and them. We speaking on the ones that like the parents that need to, that need the help but scared to ask for it.
Right.
We need their support.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say, talk to your kids. Please
Right.
talk to your kids. A lot of these parents are not talking to their kids, but somebody is talking to your child. Whether it's NBA Youngboy, True Bleeder, Real Bleeder, somebody's talking to your child. Whether it's the dope boy on the corner, whether it's the little YN down the block with all the guns, somebody's talking to your kid. So if you're not sitting them down, having those conversations, like I said earlier, the police gonna wind up talking to them, or either the coroner may wind up picking them up. So it's all about choices, and we can't put these choices on adolescents for them to make. They can barely choose, when to go to school. I mean, we can't leave those type of decisions in their hands. We have to be parents, and being a parent means parenting. And don't be afraid to reach out and want to access those resources. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Anybody that knows me knows I'm super dad, but I talked to somebody with the wraparound services today about me taking parenting classes myself, putting myself in parenting classes to be able to learn more how to communicate with my child, with him being special needs. I want to be able to access all available resources. So I'm really wanting for the parents to step up, take the initiative, and say, you know what? I care about my kids. I love my kids. I love my son. I love my daughter. Let me be more involved. Talk to them about drugs. Talk to them about gang activity. Even if you don't suspect them being involved, there are content creators that go on Roblox, I believe it is, and they promote your kid to go out and kill people.
Right.
There is YouTube videos warning people about these people accessing these games like Roblox and promoting murder, promoting hate in the community. So somebody's talking to your child just because you're not doing it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, look, I tell you what, we've unpacked a good bit this evening. But let me ask you: is there anything else that one of you guys want to say before we get ready to get out of here? Is it something we didn't cover that you guys think that we need to make sure that information gets out there?
Yeah, it's one thing. It's one thing that I heard that we need to address, because I haven't heard an address or where we can get in touch with these people like FAVE or Safe Haven, or where we collaborate, we working together, but we have an address over here in the Sonia Quarter, 2403 Harris Street.
Okay.
That's where we're
2403 Harris Street.
That's Safe Haven and also FAVE.
Okay. All right. All right, somebody else.
Is that right, Monica?
Yep,
And we,
exactly.
I'm just
us.
waiting to see where we gonna stay with
No,
that
no.
location.
Oh, it's on Harris. It's definitely in Latonia.
The Sonya. We need to
Mhm.
get people's out the way though. Give us the keys, y'all. Come on, man. Stop playing. We ready to work. Y'all not,
Ready
hey,
to work. Ready to
we
work. I
ready
hear
to
you.
work.
Yeah.
You
We got
Just
a
know,
thank
hood,
God and the ones that help.
we got a hood, but we ready to go some other places too.
Right.
but definitely ones that have been supportive, like Mr. Richard Horton, Ginger Whitehead, Jay Scott, Dominique
Right.
T, Jarvis Fontaine, you know, those guys, you know, everybody on
Rayborn.
Volunteers of America,
They
Miss
The
Martha
reentry program, Miss
at the
Redmond.
Bentley Hotel, Miss Martha at the Bentley Hotel. Much love to her for allowing us to use those facilities. I will be in contact again because we have some events coming up. Monica, let them know about the events that we have coming up.
okay.
Yeah,
On the
we
19th,
tomorrow.
we have a closed giveaway. On the 19th of this month, we also then did a paint. We're gonna do a painting for the kids. That's where
That's
they
tomorrow.
coming in, and that's on the 20th. No, on the 20th of December. Where the
Was on the
kids gonna
5th.
on the 5th? Nothing's
Yeah,
on the 5th. I'm going downtown for the 5th to be in the winter
oh,
cafe and
oh,
freeze.
okay,
But
okay.
yeah, now you can join me down there because I'm gonna be cold, but that's where I'm gonna be at the Winterfest down there selling stuff. But no, on the 19th we have the clothes giveaway, and on the 20th we have the painting. Well, it's already drawn out. They're just gonna paint. It's called Painting Fun and Food.
Mhm.
So that's what we're doing on the 20th.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the two events we have right now, and we got more to come. I don't want to actually bring them up because of the fact that there's no date for them. But January we hitting the flow.
Okay.
That's all I gotta say.
That's all you have to say.
And I want to give my team they flowers, because believe me, besides my family, this my family too.
Okay.
My family's still right there pushing me forward. They used to get tired of me, but I did not care. I still was like, hey, come on here. But now I got a new family as well, and I want to give all of them, my family and this family right here, they flowers.
Oh, I hear you.
Yeah.
Tonight's conversation highlights the power of vision, leadership, and community commitment. FAVE is working to build a safer Alexandria by investing in our youth, their creativity, their leadership, and their future. We want to thank Monica, William Goines, John Perry, Kendall Daniels, LaQuisha Glover for sharing their mission and their passion with us this evening. We also want to thank our UrbanCast followers for supporting this platform and for continuing to encourage these important conversations. And a special thank you to Sattlers Towing, Long's Product, Legendary Kung Fu and Tai Chi, United Wrestling Entertainment, Nader International Market, and the Threadhead Embroidery for standing with us and supporting community-centered programs. This is Jack. Stay informed, stay engaged, and remember, change starts with us. We'll see you guys next time. If y'all can hang
Thank you,
on in,
Mr. Jack.
hang on in there. I'm going to end this stream.
Okay. All right.
Hey, did you know Long's Products is a family-owned janitorial supply with mops, brooms, trash bags, and they even have food service disposables, carry-out plates, and to-goes? Check us out.